This video will help you find all the key pieces of information for this type of graph. What we notice here is that we still have this one spot and it only goes to the right in one direction. So it's kind of similar to a square root, but it's not because it goes both up and down. So you can kind of look like it's a sleeping parabola or a parabola on its side, which is why we call it a sleeping parabola. So you have a sleeping parabola, a parabola on its side, and it goes both up and down from that particular graph. And because of that, there is a line of symmetry right through that vertex. There are no asymptotes because the graphs keep on going, in up or down. And then as you look for whether it's a function, you pass this vertical line through it, and all of a sudden we see that since it goes up and down from that vertex, that no, this is not a function. This is one of a few examples that are not functions. The name of that locator point is called a vertex because we use the same name as we would for an actual parabola. And that point is at -9, 7. Right, so this point is at -9, 7, and that helps us be able to write our equation. The equation for a sleeping parabola is, the general equation is y equals plus or minus a times the square root of x minus h, and then plus k. So it's kind of similar to a square root, but this plus or minus is the key characteristic that separates it from it. There are other ways where you can write the equation for a sleeping parabola where it's not a plus or a minus, but we're just going to stick with the y equals format. So that means we can use our hk. So you're going to have a plus or minus. I'll come back to that in a second. But inside your square root, you're going to have x plus 9. And then outside your square root, you're going to have a plus 7. To find out what that a value is out front, you go 1 to the right, and it looks like we go up 4 units. But also what you notice is that you go 1 to the right, you also go down 4 units. And that's exactly why you have a positive and a -4 out front, because from that vertex, it goes up 4 and down 4. That's what makes it not a function. And so that plus or minus is the key feature of a sleeping parabola.